Jogo from Jujutsu Kaisen is an allegory for Jesus Christ, and I'm going to prove it. You may doubt what I'm saying, but so too did the non-believers reject Christ when he professed his divinity. It is my moral imperative to demonstrate the truth and bring humanity into the church of the vessel of God, that is, Jogo. Let's start with the obvious. When Jogo fights Gojo in Season 1 and Sukuna in Season 2, it is depicted clearly in the story that these two opponents are far more physically imposing, and in a sense, stronger than Jogo. In fact, one might assume Jogo challenging them in the first place is futile. The anime only further demonstrates this idea, especially when Jogo fights Sukuna, as the bombastic visuals show how overpowered Jogo truly is. Undoubtedly, these two fights are an allegory, referencing the biblical story of David and Goliath, for much like David, Jogo fights bravely against impossibly strong foes. Some viewers may remain skeptical of the idea that Jogo is in fact meant to represent Christ, just because his fights are inspired by David. But much like Geto would like to do when he sees Gojo, let's get in deep and perform some advanced exploration. We must consider in particular the imagery present in Jogo's fight against Sukuna, wherein Sukuna, an ancient being focused entirely on selfish desires, brutally attacks the selfless Jogo. Now, consider this. The ancient nature of Sukuna reflects the ancient nature of the Roman Empire, the same political entity which killed Christ. And what is a common characteristic of the Roman Empire throughout history? That's right. It was led by selfish emperors who cared little for the people they ruled, similarly to Sukuna himself. Indeed, in contrast, Jogo is a figure who fights for his people, the curses, and not for himself. His whole plan throughout the story is for curses to be liberated, and he sees his people as the true humans, holy in their devotion to God, in contrast with, quote-unquote, humanity, a group which clearly represents sinners who will not accept God into their hearts. Textually speaking, curses are the literal embodiment of the sins of humans, and in their holy dedication, they have taken on those sins and begged God for our forgiveness. Jogo, the kind soul that he is, has been manifested in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen to act as the embodiment of God within the narrative, and forgive the sins of all who accept his message, while cursing those who willingly reject him. The starkest example of this is demonstrated with Sukuna. Jogo loves Sukuna dearly, wishing he would join his fellow curses in their quest for liberation. But Sukuna selfishly refuses and betrays his people. One could say his actions represent the tragic downfall of Judas, who turned his back on Christ. In any case, Sukuna, with his cowardly tricks, overpowers Jogo, and Jogo sacrifices himself for the ultimate goal of liberation. He dies for the literal embodiments of humanity's sins, and meets his lost friends in heaven, overseen by the loving eye of God. In fact, even Sukuna, despite his selfish nature, admits that Jogo is strong, because the power of God flows through him, and his spirit is true. And that must be acknowledged even by the unholy. This moment clearly displays that Sukuna is aware he can only ever be superficially stronger than Jogo, for the love, passion, and strength of God is infinitely overpowering in the truest manner. In conclusion, these thematic parallels prove a clear intent on Gege Akutami's part, and we can conclude that the end of the JJK manga will feature Jogo's reincarnation and the ultimate triumph of God over Gojo, Sukuna, and all other agents of the devil. If you disagree with my interpretation, you will be branded a Satanist and burned at the stake for opposing the message of our beloved Jogo to Christ. For the holy who remain attentive and listening, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more divine Jujutsu Kaisen analyses. You should also join my Patreon. If the medieval-era Catholic Church taught us anything, it's that financial incentives mixing with religion is based, trad, and epic. meaning you should give me money. Thanks for sticking around to the end, folks. Yes, this whole video is a joke, in case it wasn't obvious before. Now go watch some of my other videos. They're still bad, but they're just like a regular kind of bad, so you might prefer that, I don't know. Do your own thing. Just remember, Jogo Christ always watches with his one single uniquely holy eyeball. Bye!